That's what it's gonna be.
Does it,
It hasn't.
it hasn't showed it?
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started tonight. This will be the Monday, July 28th, 2025, Lapaz North-Township Fire Protection Meeting. And the first item on the agenda this evening is the approval of the July 16th, 2025 meeting minutes.
Okay, now mute it.
There's been a copy
Seems like it's good.
at the back for the public to review. The board members were sent copies earlier. Any additions or corrections to those minutes? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
I have a motion, a second.
Second.
Okay, we have a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Next item, billing service update.
So I had a meeting with someone appointed to go through like the Medicaid applications last Wednesday, and by Friday, we were approved for Medicaid. So they have backdated that to January 1st.
Oh, yeah.
So that billing will start right away. Medicaid did suggest that we add to our employee manual a section about whistleblower protections. So if an employee thought that there was any fraud or abuse going on, that they could report that without having to worry about consequences. She said it's not urgent, it's not a rush, so that's on my list of things to do and bring back to you guys, but I don't have it ready yet. I figured since we just went through all the reports and all of that 2 weeks ago, I don't have new reports printed out for you guys, and trying to conserve some paper. We haven't collected anything significantly more than what we had at the last report.
Anything else?
Not under the billing service, I
Okay.
don't believe.
Was there a question about billing from,
Oh, yes, thank you. I don't know if they were gonna address that under the fire department section, but we can bring it back up now. So Chad had emailed EMSMC to ask what we can do about when we have a situation that there has been significant medical care provided, but we are not the transporting agency. So for instance, there is a crash and the person has to be medevaced. How are we going to bill for that? The inquiry was made to EMSMC. He has not heard back yet. He had copied me on the email as well. I did not notice. I don't think that he emailed our account rep because we've been going through somebody else, then they assign us to somebody once everything's up and off the ground. So that's probably who we need to reach back out to. So we'll follow up on that.
It's already been done.
But
I just did it.
okay, depending on the response that we get, you know, technically it could be classified as a treat no transport, but that's $75 that we're billing. And there, in some instances, have been significant.
Could be.
I wouldn't have any idea of anticipated costs there, but if we're able to do a separate classification for something like that, that's what is in front of you guys to determine if we can do that. Would you like to? And if so, what would you like that billing to look like?
so would we be better off waiting to get a response back to them first?
Potentially, it's just gonna push us out to our next meeting before anything's determined, but I don't know that it's
I guess
anything
I
terribly
would
urgent.
recommend that we follow the guidelines in which they would allow us to charge.
Okay.
So that if we can charge for supplies or service.
Can't, as I understand it,
It's just gonna be a fee. They're not gonna let you break
Right.
it.
they don't let you break it down to the supplies.
I would say we need to approve whatever fee that they're willing, that they'll let us charge in that kind of case.
I'll second that motion.
Even if it's just the treat no transport at $75, that's what we'll
It's
do.
gonna be whatever they're willing to let us charge in those cases. Cause you're talking about just the Medicaid or all across the board?
Across the board.
So will they all treat them the same, or will Medicaid have different than personal insurance?
They
So
all get billed the same, it's just Medicaid's only gonna pay what they pay.
what they're, right, what they're,
Well, then
and
I would pay what the others would pay. I mean, I would charge, yeah,
this is not a specific, like, related to Medicaid question. This is an
Right.
across the board, how do you guys want to handle these situations?
yeah. I guess I would go with their recommended fee in that kind of case. I'm sure they would have some kind of charge set up on that, would they not?
Well,
It would seem like to me they would. They have charges for everything else.
Wouldn't CMS have?
But you set those.
you guys set what those rates are. That $75 treat no transport, that was you guys saying, this is what we want the charge to be.
I would,
Right.
So it's kind of hard to say
Well-
whatever they recommend when,
Since that wasn't actually a motion, I'll
Second.
correct.
second phase.
So it's not like that happens even monthly. I think we have some time to think about that. The one thing to consider is if we put the person in the ambulance and we transport them a half a mile up the road, that completely changes the bill. Because oftentimes that's the way it happens. We put the patient in the ambulance, we might drive a quarter of a mile up the road to get to the landing zone. And so now that's a different call, because now we've transported a little.
I imagine that there would even be a rare case where the paramedic makes it to the scene before you actually leave and they end up,
Usually they just get on board with us,
oh, I see, okay.
unless there's more patients and we need to split them up or something, but it's hard to tell. Every scenario is different, but the other option would be is to make treat no transport a higher fee, so we're billing for that treatment, and then make lift assist a different fee.
if we're allowed to do that.
Yeah, because lift assist right now is a treat no transport. And we had,
One of them that we needed an answer on.
yeah, I don't know that it was specified or what you guys' thoughts is, but does the bill for a lift assist on the third call in 30 days, is that everyone after that gets billed? Or is that reset after 30 days? And yes, this was an occurrence that we just had.
An actual scenario.
So it was 3 times in 1 month?
Yes.
I kind of thought that it was,
So it's after the first call if it's within 30 days, but what they're asking is, okay, so at the end of that 30 days, does it reset?
So,
I guess I'm in favor of every couple months, every 2, bi-monthly or something like that. Gives them.
That's gonna get really hard for them to track,
Yeah.
yeah,
because it's gonna be for each individual address and each individual
So do we
person.
want to do it once a year, or do we want to, do they get one for a year, or do we want to give them one every?
That's for you guys.
That's the question. Okay,
So-
I'm understanding that.
so there's at least 2 questions, maybe more regarding billing. And so I think what you're hearing from Lisa and I anyway is that we would like to charge more of a fee for those people that we're treating but not transporting. And it doesn't sound like there's a easy way to do that with considering all the providers. And so I guess personally, for me, I'm looking for guidance from you, knowing that our goal is to collect a reasonable fee for the services you're providing.
So I think that my recommendation would be is to reach out to EMSMC and determine if we can separate out a treat, no transport versus a lift assist. And then if it's a treatment and we're treating an emergency or a trauma, then that bill would be assessed the same as it would be if we transported it, just won't have the mileage.
So in both instances, we're gonna ask and we need to wait for their guidance before we take
Yeah.
action from the board.
On
Is-
that part,
Yeah, the number of lift
Number of
assists, that can be up to you
lift
guys.
assists,
Because that's something we just have to track in-house and then decide if it's been the third one this month, we're gonna send it to billing, or if they get a freebie every month, or they get one freebie a year, or,
I kind of thought at this point we'd been one a month, it was one a month,
Every 30 days.
every 30 days is I thought what it was.
so then it's gonna reset every 30 days,
okay.
but that's what you're saying, right?
That was my understanding when we originally talked about it, so.
Right.
So it resets
Okay.
every 30 days.
Yes.
Good enough, that's all I need to know.
That's-
So is that 30 days from each call?
So if you go on the
Let's do it 30
15th,
days every month. I mean, you get one every month.
Every calendar month.
Yes,
Okay,
really simplistic.
so if their only one is on the 29th of July and they have one on the 2nd of August, they're
Then
both free.
that's- Yes,
Okay,
Okay.
that's what I was,
yeah. Is that some,
would be the easiest for us to track.
I mean, that's
Well,
most
the best
simplistic
instead of
way.
30 days from the point of time of call, yep.
Yeah.
Any other questions on that?
No, I emailed Claudia about the street no transport and lift assist fee as well.
Thank you.
So you'll be checking on the other ones?
Chad has already emailed her as we've been sitting here.
Good job.
okay. Budget. Item number 3.
So the township had a meeting last Wednesday and they were presented with a budget,
Yes.
which is slightly different than the budget that was presented to the territory 2 weeks ago. And the township board did vote to approve the budget. So I am coming back to you guys to present it. But a vote is not needed, but I want to provide you guys with the same information that the township voted on. So the personal services line, the perf number was reduced to 3,850. That's based off of the recommendation, and the township board accepted the territory board's recommendation on perf to go with the My Choice, 7%, so that's $3,850 per employee. In doing that and making that one shift in that number, that brought the total operating budget to $817,200. That is a 16.95% reduction from the 2025 operating budget. I know the goal was to hit 20%, so I wanted to back it out further and see what did that do to the rate? Because that's really the important number here, is what is the rate going to look like for people? So, full disclosure, this is based off of the 2025 certified net assessed valuation for the township, because that is all that I have available to me right now. So that certified net assessed valuation was $239,039,829. In 2025, the total township rate was 0.5226. So that was the fire, township general, the equipment replacement fund, everything all together was 0.5226. With going with the $817,200 budget, that, based on that certified net assessed valuation, brings the township total rate to 0.4123. That's a 21.1% decrease from 2025.
Okay. So what does that do to the town rate?
So that's harder to determine because I don't have those numbers.
Okay, all right,
So
Understand.
unfortunately,
Nope.
I can't,
you're good. I just didn't know whether you had it or not.
yeah, unfortunately, no, the county doesn't give me those numbers.
Thank you for going that step, that helps.
So I broke this down and said, okay, someone who has a home valued at $500,000, what's that gonna do to their property tax bill? In 2025, after any deductions or anything like that, their number is $500,000. This year, their tax bill would have been $2,613. With the new budget rate, we would be at $2,061.50. We also proposed to the township the, sorry, I'll let Lisa finish. I don't want there to be interference.
Slap you on the back.
Wouldn't be the first one.
So we also presented a lower budget than that, trying to get over that 20% that Mr. Barber had indicated that he'd like to see. So that number was presented. It amounted to an approximately 3-cent difference in the rate. So it was going to be 0.3833 instead of 0.4123. And the difference between the two was getting 24/7 staffing versus relying on volunteers.
Did you happen to check what the difference was on farm ground too?
I did not.
Very good.
Any further questions? Discussion? No actions needed unless you want to approve this. I don't think we need to.
I don't think it's necessary.
Thank you for effort on everybody's part to bring that down, and I appreciate that.
Trustee update?
Yep. Had a meeting with Sourcewell. So this is the company that we can utilize to handle the bidding process for the ambulance remount that the board voted to move forward with. In working through Sourcewell, not only does it streamline the process for us, but the contractors with them oftentimes will give you a discount for working through Sourcewell. So this satisfies our legal obligations to bid it out. We simply go online, find the company that we would like to contract with, and work through the process. There is, you can, and anybody could actually go onto Sourcewell if you want to. And in the top bar, they have a button that says Explore Contracts,
Something like that.
something like that. And you can type into their little search bar, ambulance remounts. And it's gonna pull up for you each of the companies that have an approved bid with Sourcewell for ambulance remounts. They're all graded based on 1,000 points, and essentially the person with the most points has the best rating. McQueen, which is also known as Crossroads when you see them on Sourcewell, they're a DBA. They were ranked 4th out of 10, 9 or 10, I knew it was one or the other. They are the most transparent on pricing. I tried looking up all of the other companies to see, okay, what does it look like for pricing for them? Because it's identical across the board. And none of the other companies have their prices listed, not a one. So McQueen is the only one that does. Could we look at other companies? Yes, we could. Do I see a benefit of going with McQueen? Yes, I do. They're local. It's who we've been getting our ambulances from for years. It's who this ambulance that we're looking at remounting, that's where it came from. It was purchased from them. So they've already got some knowledge about the ambulance. Chad has been in correspondence with them and got the new proposal from them based on us going through Sourcewell, and it lowered our cost $10,174.
That's
So-
great.
So down to 240,000 and
$241,712, and that proposal is valid until August 10th. thought it'd be really great if I could give you guys some numbers from other companies, but short of having my phone blow up from all of the other companies, if I reach out to them and give them an inkling that we're looking.
Well, and several of the other companies just give what their
What their
Sourcewell
Sourcewell
discount was.
correct.
And some of them
Some of
are
them are
2%,
2%.
some of them were,
There was another one that was
Yeah.
5%, but there were no figures posted for me to see the comparison. You know, are we talking about a few $100s difference, or are we talking about several $1,000s difference? I don't know. But I think there's a lot to going local versus having to travel across the country to pick up a new ambulance.
I know that's been important in the past when an ambulance has been down and we needed a loaner or
Right,
a replacement for a period of time, so.
they're right there.
Yeah.
And they do an extended warranty.
Yeah, they offer.
That's one of the benefits that Sourcewell actually lists out. So when you go on there are several different documents you can view. And many of the documents apply to all of the companies that submitted a bid. So you can read about the different benefits of the different companies. And they had listed that Crossroads has the ability to provide nationwide, the discounts that they provide, their turnaround time, and the extended warranty that they offer.
So in the past, I know many years ago, when we bid ambulances, it was hard to get, even though there were specs, there were things units that were brought here that didn't really meet what we wanted. I think it's important to consider that because, it lengthens out the process to go, having people bring in other vehicles or to review and, I guess.
Not to mention, when it's a remount, there's also the getting the box to wherever it's going.
Right.
So if it's somebody that's across the country because they're $5,000 cheaper, well, you still gotta get it there.
And
And then,
on top of them being there, when we have that ambulance out of service, they may be able to offer us a better rate
on
or a
the,
spare
yeah.
to use in the meantime.
because we're going through them.
So as long as this company meets those requirements
They do.
they provided the IC codes that cover the bidding
Yep,
process and
that's all
stuff,
also
so-
on Sourcewell. They make everything extremely streamlined for us, providing us with everything that we need to make sure we've satisfied our legal obligations.
Saves you money with having to post the stuff on the papers and
Yep.
all that stuff as well. I don't know what it costs anymore, but it's still money.
Depending on the length of the advertisement, it's expensive.
Are you looking for action from us tonight?
I mean, I'd love for you guys to give me the yes, absolutely, go ahead. You guys had already said go ahead, even at a higher rate, so I feel perfectly comfortable just signing the proposal, but if you guys want to say yes, absolutely, then I'll sign it
If you want a
tonight.
recommendation from the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Okay, we have a recommendation and a
Second.
second. All in favor of that recommendation, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay. They did indicate that we can pay for the chassis in '25 and then pay the balance in '26. So we'll move forward with that.
Will the
With the
chassis be
uniform.
the 2025 or 2026? So August starts new, so depending on if they have a chassis that's setting, it'll probably be a 2025.
26.
What is
It is
26? So it's
26.
a chassis.
I did have one question there. When they do the chassis, we use the same chassis, but they'll check it over and see if anything needs to be done to it.
No, we replaced the
it's the
chassis,
chassis
use the
being
same
replaced.
box, they go all the way through the box.
It's the box
Check all the
itself, like just the
components.
shell
Okay.
of the box.
They
that's
check
being
out all the
reused.
components, all the door hinges, all the electrical, make sure everything's good. Replace door seals, this and that.
So there
Keep the
is,
same engine?
Nope.
no,
Just a brand new, so basically you're taking the box off of that ambulance and putting it on a brand new truck.
Chassis.
Oh,
Yeah.
so remounting
Remounting,
that
yes.
onto
Correct.
the-
yes,
Oh,
not the
okay.
other way around.
New tires, new motor, new
So
everything.
That helps.
when they're going through the box, if there are things that need to be repaired, this number, just so
Oh, I gotcha.
you're aware, may fluctuate some because it's not included on the list,
So
but
does
Some of them
does
are-
that number include trade-in on the old chassis?
It does not at this
No.
point, because they won't do that this close to the thing, we can talk to them when it gets closer. You may be better off just taking it back and doing a silent bid on it or whatever and selling it outright like they've done in the past.
Measures bought the last one, right?
I believe,
Yeah, 'cause
I
it
believe
said
so,
that,
yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions about the ambulance before, okay. So this is more of a township thing, but since this is being streamed, we thought we'd bring it up. There is a township board position that is vacant. It has been advertised by the Democratic Party of Marshall County that they are looking for a replacement. So if there is anybody in the public who is interested in that, you do have to be a member of the Democratic Party or ask for a waiver to be able to be a member of the Democratic Party for that position. So if there's anybody interested, reach out to the Democratic Party sooner rather than later because there is somebody that's also interested, so they need to know at the expiration. I think it's been advertised in the Pilot News, but I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I haven't
Okay.
actually seen it.
Okay.
So we reach out to Shiloh.
It's not Shiloh,
I think it's Jeff
Uh,
Martin.
So it's Megan.
it's Megan Rogers.
Rogers.
And I can provide contact information for anybody that wants that.
You need her phone number.
Not right now. I mean, I'm working for free, so I'm not gonna draw line.
Thanks for sharing.
That I think is all that I had at present. Good to the order?
Okay, next item, good for the order announcements.
I don't have anything major that I didn't talk about 2 weeks ago. The grain bin rescue training that Mr. Grolich set up through the extension and through Farm Bureau, right?
Yes.
Is here tomorrow night. We've got about 45 or so people that are signed up to attend it. SCBA's are out here on 2 pallets. We're waiting on a couple bottles that are back ordered. And fit testing is scheduled for the 13th. They come and provide that. And I think that's about it.
Are you gonna use the new thing here for your training?
We already have used the whiteboard for our training.
Awesome.
Used it 3 times.
Yep. We have 2 trainings a month, so it gets its share of use.
Alice, do you have anything this evening?
Overwhelming?
Or, yeah, or anyone else? Okay. Nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion, second made, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion.
So the next meeting is set up for September. We had talked about this before. Hang on, let me double check the date.
Territory meeting or township?
Territory meeting. So the territory meeting we had set for September 22nd. I anticipate there to be a township meeting before that because we have to do like the resolution for perf. And there's a capital improvement plan that we need to put in place.
But we don't have that date set yet.
I don't anticipate that the territory will need to meet before the township on that one because those are not territory related items. So plan for September 22nd, unless you hear from me otherwise saying we have an emergency and we need to have a meeting.